Hold up there, Governor. Was that you, Luna?
No.
Then Alice?
You honestly think a voice that coarse could come from a throat as fine as this?
Then... Oh, that was me, mate. Hey, over here.
Sigma, look. What is that?
Oh, hello, my friend. Scotty J here, back again with another episode of Virtue's Last Reward. And after getting through the Gaulem Bay, we're introduced to a friend here, apparently. Let's see what he wants, shall we? Oh, blimey, that hurts. Ain't right for fellas back to feel like this.
It's a robot. And it's talking. With an accent.
Can't help it, Flower. Didn't choose to talk like this, not by half. Now, Alice, darling, do I rightly recollect you characterizing my speech as coarse? Why, that's right cruel it is. You really think I asked for this? See, they figured they'd give us what you call, personality. Some tosser thought they'd give me this one. That ain't right, I tell you.
So, what the hell are you?
Cooper. If you're a barrel maker, then I'm an astronaut. Right you are, me old son, right you are. Well, go on, have a butcher's, mate. What do I look like to you? Robot, you say? Nearly there, but they call us golems around here.
Golem? Oh, I've heard of golems. They're sort of monsters, I guess from Jewish folklore. They're made from clay and they look like men. They're supposed to do whatever their master or creator or whatever commands them to do.
Well, aren't you a clever bird? You, of course, are correct. The golems of myth is a clay creation that moves under its own power. Our spelling's a mite different, though. The original blokes are spelled G-O-L-E-M, and me and my mates was spelled G-A-U-L-E-M. That's an acronym for General Purpose Autonomous Labor Electric Machine. Truth to tell you, it's a bit rubbish when you write it all out like that, but I figure they wanted to make sure they had the golem thing in there, which was us being robots and all that.
So, should I just call you Golem?
That don't seem quite kosher. After all me mates here are golems too. I couldn't very well call you lot human now, could I?
What should we call you then?
Well, I got a product idea, and they're unique. I figure that's as good a name as any.
And your ID is?
GTM CM GOLM.
Whoa! That's way too long. We can't possibly remember that.
You're taking the mickey out of me. Never had a problem with it myself. Right then, I'll use the last bit, shall we?
G-O-L-M? Golem?
Oh, come on, man, that's just Golem. Well, I'll be buggered. Can't say I ever noticed that myself. Sure, a strange coincidence, ain't it?
Alright, Golem, you said Alice darling a little bit ago, right?
What, a gentleman can't say something nice to a pretty young bird, eh?
No, I don't care if you call her darling. What I'm saying is you call her Alice. How do you know her name?
Ha! Oh, she isn't the only one you lot whose name I know. I know who you are, Sigma, and you too, Luna. I'm right familiar with all 9 of you.
How?
You don't know. They got cameras all over this place. Then again, the lenses aren't much bigger than a screw. And they're all hidden away, so I suppose I can't really blame you for missing them, you know? Now, as I was saying, they're these cameras, you see. And all the data they record gets sent off to the mainframe in real time. So, I just gave the mainframe a ring, got the videos, and they know I know everything you've done.
Then, does that mean you're Zero Jr.?
Oh, God blimey, are you bleeding serious? You gotta be off your box if you think I'm Young Master Zero. The Young Master's a right proper AI which supervises all the electronic bits and bobs in this place. My humble self, and those with the misfortune to be like me, are more akin to computer terminals who are merely borrowing a little bit of the central core.
So golems are kind of like Zero Jr.'s servants?
No, not quite, Governor, not quite. I'd say me and me mates here are more like arms and legs, right? Now, you lot don't have brains in your arms and legs now, do you?
Of course not.
Right you are, missus. It'd be all sorts of nasty if your elbows and that lumpy bit on your ankle was all packed with brains. Well, you all got arms and legs. The golem's set of consciousness, so to speak, ain't in the head. In fact, the matter is, it's not anywhere in their body. Which makes a fellow wonder, where is it?
In the mainframe?
Spot on. So, part of me that thinks is in the mainframe. Everything this here body sees and hears, and what have you, it all gets sent back there. And the mainframe does some sort of computer jiggery-pokery. It comes up with some decisions, and those decisions beget commands. Those commands get sent over the wireless like beep, boop, 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 boop. And eventually, my body picks them up. Finally, those commands cause actions, which move the various bits of my body. That's why this thing's like a computer terminal, you see? The body's just an output device. If we were talking about one of them personal computers here, you could say a golem's like a monitor.
Huh? Wait a minute. Then wouldn't that make you part of Zero Junior?
I suppose you could say that. What with us sharing a mainframe and all. But I don't know shit about this game he's running. That part of the mainframe's locked away from the rest of us. I'm an independent core, so you and I are two different blokes. You recollect what the golem stands for, eh? I'm autonomous.
Huh. But if that's the case, your hands and feet analogy doesn't really make sense. My arms and legs aren't autonomous. They don't just move on their own.
You sure, Governor? I watched you cross your arms just now. Huh? And now you're frowning and your forehead's getting all wrinkly. Did you do those things on purpose? When you cross your arms, you're thinking, right then, let's cross them, shall we? Go on down then there, mouth. Oh, and eyebrows. You'd be much obliged if you squeeze a little bit. Oh, that's a good pair of blokes. That's what you were thinking, isn't it? No, I didn't reckon so. I figured you did all that subconsciously. Ain't no man on earth who says to himself, feeling a mite nervous, I might just twitch my leg a little bit. Who's thinking real hard about something and says to themselves, well, I think I'll give the old loaf a scratch then, that ought to help. How about when you reach for your tea, when you turn a page in your book? Or what about when your eyes just go straight for the pear on that bird you fancy, eh? The list goes on, me chums. But all these things are your subconscious at work. True, when part of your body does something, it's because your brain said so. But that don't mean your conscious mind is involved. Fact is, it can't be. If your brain had to deal with all the piddly bits of living, make you all balmy. That's how us golems and the young master get along. Yeah, got it all sorted now, chums?
Then you're saying that Zero Junior is the central part of the mainframe, and the golems are like the hands and feet.
Righto. Oh, blimey. Guess I shouldn't have been talking such heavy rubbish, huh? Ah, my shoulders are all stiff.
You're a robot. How can your shoulders get stiff? And you said your back hurts earlier. Are you just messing with us?
Yes I did, and no I ain't. Me back is a right mess it is. Last maintenance check, they just left me here. I've been on this bed for years. The lubricant in me joints is all gummed up. Every time I move, it hurts.
But why did you wake up again after all this time?
Why do you think, there, love? Because you lot turned me on, why? Especially the other missus over there.
Oh yeah, that button on top of the safe.
Right you are, Governor.
Can you come with us then? The others need to see this.
No, I can't, and more's the pity. I can only go as far as this cable here will let me. I've got internal batteries, but they're knackered. Matter of fact, that's why I was here in the maintenance room in the first place. Same goes for the other blokes too. Of course, they aren't connected to a power cable like I am, so they ain't got nowhere to go anytime soon.
I see. So, you weren't gonna answer my question.
Huh? What question is that?
I saw your shoulders can get stiff if you're a robot.
Oh, right, so you did. Not sure why you gotta plug up your ass about that particular issue, though.
Well, I mean, I guess it's not really important, but I'm just curious, I suppose.
Ah, curious, are you? That's a good word, that is. A good, powerful word. The kind of word that'll set any robot's heart aflutter. Let's get you sorted then, shall we? Just lend me your lords and your peers for a tick. So, how can a robot get stiff shoulders? And what does pain mean to a robot? Tell me, Gov, you ever heard of the Chinese room?
Without waiting for an answer, Gaulem launched into his explanation. Somewhere, a pretty young girl is trapped in a tiny room. The door of the room has a slot that is a number of Chinese people outside the room can use to slide slips of paper to the girl. On the piece of paper are questions written, naturally in Chinese. Unfortunately, the young lady has no idea what the questions say. But then, how could she? She's never learned Chinese, apart from a Hong Kong action movie or two in college. She's never even heard it. So, for this unfortunate young lady, each note looks like nothing more than a bunch of strange symbols. Before she was locked away, she was given an order. Specifically, she was told to write an appropriate response to each question she received, and slip that answer back through the slot. Once the Chinese questions began to show up, however, she found herself at a loss. Oh dear, she said to herself. Why, I can't read any of these at all. Whatever am I to do? It's at this moment that she spots a bookshelf. The bookshelf is filled with thick books. Upon examining them, she discovers they're sorts of Chinese phrase books. They have no explanation of what anything means, but show Chinese responses to Chinese questions. Am I supposed to use these? The questions keep coming, more and more and more of them. She finds a set of characters that correspond to the set of characters on the paper and carefully writes out the indicated response. How is it going? It's awful. Please get me out of here. Are you hungry? Yes, I am. I haven't eaten anything since breakfast. Here, they give her some twice-cooked pork. Are you full? Yes, although I don't think my stomach liked it very much. Do you have a boyfriend? Yes, I'm dating a reggae dancer. When was your first kiss? When I was 14. He was a grade ahead of me in school. What color underwear are you wearing? Black. What's the first thing you're gonna do when you get out of this room? Beat the stuffing out of whoever's sending me these questions with a pan you cooked the twice-cooked pork in. All these questions were written in Chinese, and the answers were also written in Chinese. All the young lady did was accurately copy the symbols from the phrasebook on the slips of paper, with no idea what any of it meant. Incidentally, she didn't have a dancer boyfriend. In fact, she's never even kissed a boy. Also, she's wearing white underwear. Anyways. Yes? Is there any particular reason this girl is, pretty? Or why we need to know what color underwear she's wearing?
Can't say there is. Just tickles me fancy, I guess. But the prettier the bird is, the more fun the story, isn't it? Exactly!
What? What?
Right, well then, what I wanted to say was this. All them Chinese blokes outside the room didn't know nothing about the books she had. So it follows, they would have thought whoever was inside spoke Chinese, just like him. You see? After all, as far as they could tell, they're having a nice little chinwag with one of their countrymen.
Okay, interesting. What does that have to do with your shoulders? Or the robot feeling pain?
You thick. I feel pain when my body's having a spot of bother. But hold on, mate, that ain't right. You keep this up and we're buggered. If this really goes pear-shaped, you'll be brown bread. So says the central computer to itself, saying the things that are a bit bollocksed. In the interest of extraditing my body from its unpleasant predicament, the mainframe sends out signals over the wireless, and my software interprets these signals as pain, and I stood up doing whatever daft thing I was doing. It's the same, isn't it? Just like the Chinese room.
So you're saying that robots feel pain differently than humans, right?
Use your loaf, missy. You listen to what I've said. A human feels pain when they do something you shouldn't, like sit your bum on a tack, alright? Same for us robots. Feel like being clever about it. There ain't really that much difference between a human and a robot. Forget all that about the mainframe and signal bollocks. And us golems ain't that different from the bird in the room. So, think about it, love. How do you know that humans ain't the same, just without all the electronically pony? What if, when someone asks you a question, all you were doing is pulling out the right answer from some sort of phrase book in your brain? Ain't no way to prove that, of course, but as far as I can see, there ain't no reason to. I mean, it's all the same, ain't it? If you're actually a thinking creature, or if you have some kind of language processing machine, all what matters is if the person next to you does what a human ought. Looks like a person, acts like a person, talks like a person, hell, and it's probably a person. You want to live a normal life? That's all you need to know.
Hey, can I ask you something?
Lay it on me, governor.
Why'd you stop us?
Ah, right you are, mate, right you are. I got so carried away I nearly forgot. I haven't seen anyone for yonks and I got mighty excited is all.
Just spit it out.
Right. Well, there's something I want to tell you lot.
What is that?
Patience, darling. Now, I know I might look like a bit out of sorts at the moment, but I ain't really supposed to. Same thing with the rest of the blokes here. Fact is, the reason we look a bit like skeletons is because, well, we are a bit like skeletons. There's a special, artificial, biological tissue that's called ABT. When a golem's all new and shiny, they get a nice suit of ABT over that metal skeleton. Makes it look right human, it does. Even feels like real skin. Pores, little bit of hair, few pimples and scars and the like. Truth to tell you, they'd be able to tell the real from the fake, even if it was right in front of you. See, right in the middle of...
Command violation. Rogue process detected. Product ID GTM CMGOLM. Executing emergency deactivation.
Ooh,
Unit GTM CM GOLM now inactive. No other rogue processes detected in additional Golem platforms. Returning to surveillance mode.
Did Zero just shut him down?
It looks like it.
Damn it!
I wonder what he was trying to tell us. See, right in the middle of...
Right in the middle of what?
An Ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
What the hell?
Somebody on another team must have opened it.
Shit! Why would they do that?
We have to hurry.
Right, let's go. And running back we go.
Anyway, no, I found that whole, our Golem buddy's whole analogy of the Chinese room very interesting. Because, like, yeah, it would appear that the lady knows Chinese, even though she doesn't. But yeah, I guess it depends on all the books. I don't know, it's a funky analogy I hadn't heard outside of this game, so. Yeah, anyway, AB gate's open. It was probably Dio. Because it's always fucking Dio. Let's see. Warehouse A.
We pushed the magenta door and ran into the warehouse. There stood Phi, Dio, and K. Hey, what the hell, guys?
Why did you open the AB gate before everyone got back? I apologize. We only turned away for a moment. Dio opened it.
Huh, you got a problem with that?
Of course we do.
Why? I don't remember us all promising we wouldn't open the thing until everyone arrived. This isn't about promises. Are you stupid or just an asshole?
Probably both. We were able to get back in time, but what about the others? Tenmyoji, Quark, and Clover are still out there somewhere. What were you planning to do if they didn't get back in time?
Nothing. Why would I have to do anything? Didn't you hear the voice? Anyone who doesn't get back in time to vote just gets their vote automatically set to ally. Seems pretty straightforward to me. So, what if they don't get back in time? They'll all just set to ally and all three of them get 2 BP. Sounds like a sweet deal to me. Tenmyoji only got 1 BP. Figured he'd be happy to get 2 more. And that'll put Quark and Clover up close to 9. So that's not too bad for them either. In other words, they ought to be thanking me.
Did you guys find a note?
What? What is this?
We found it in our safe. Read it.
Here's a few more AB game rules for you. Not voting is not an option. If both parties refuse to vote, then everybody gets penalized. In other words, one person out of every color group of the 3 has to vote. What the hell, man? This wasn't in our room. Back me up here, guys.
He's right. There was no such note in our safe.
Well, damn, that's a bummer. I never opened the gate if I'd have known this.
Really?
Of course.
I'm worried about the others. If time runs out, they'll be penalized, yes. I know. Wark is part of the other team. Maybe something happened with him.
He seemed a little off before we headed into the chromatic doors.
This is bad.
Oh, we gotta go look for Team Blue. Hey, wait a minute. Where's Alice? She was here just a minute ago. Oh, where is Alice? Oh, there she is. It took only a moment to spot her. She was several yards away, kneeling down to look at something on the floor. What she was looking at, though, I couldn't tell. I was about to head over there to see what was going on when... Phew, okay. Must be the other team. Whoa, hey guys! Quark! Has anyone seen Quark?
Did something happen with him? He disappeared.
Disappeared? What do you mean?
I mean, he's gone. We can't find him anywhere. Okay, I know the music just started, but, like, look at Kay's face. Like, why the hell? Anyway, okay, serious music's back on. Shit. When was the last time you saw him?
We were heading back here.
Tenmyoji and I went through the lounge, but Quark didn't follow us.
We turned around and started calling for him, but...
When he didn't respond, we ran back the way we'd come.
And you couldn't find him? Right.
We thought maybe he just hadn't seen us go into the lounge.
So we checked the crew quarters and the infirmary.
But he wasn't there either.
Uh-oh.
Alright, we need to split up. We can't find him on any of the floor A rooms. We'll move to floor B. Okay. I need to go tell Alice. You guys go ahead.
Right, you do that. To the crew quarters. Hey, Quark! Quark! He's not here. I checked both rooms.
He's not in the other two either. There's no one here.
Kimyoji and Kay are in the lounge, and Dio and Luna should be checking the infirmary.
Right. Okay. Let's leave that to them and head to floor B.
Okay, floor B it is then. You went through the red door with Dio and Kay, right?
Yeah. So?
What's on the other side of that door?
You want to see it?
Yeah. Maybe Quark went there.
Fine. Follow me.
Ooh, the pantry. This is
The pantry.
pantry.
That drawer over there is stuffed with processed food. Wasn't half bad, actually.
You ate it?
Well, yeah. There was some palais, nasi gorenge, schnitzel, yogurt, brioche, and tom kha gai. Oh, and I ate the chef's pasta, too.
That's a lot of food.
Can't help it. I'm a growing girl.
How old are you?
20, I think.
Whoa, just stop. I don't even know where to start here. 1, by the time you hit 20, you're done growing. 2, you think? You should be old enough to know how old you are now. And 3, how on earth are you 20? You look like you're 13 at best. I can't believe you're only 2 years younger than me.
Ha! Now that's funny. You must have done a lot of drugs to look like that at 22.
Oh, give me a break, you little punk.
Don't call me little. I'm an adult, you dried up asshole.
Ugh, fine, whatever. This place has enough food to keep people alive for a few years, huh? Looks like this stuff isn't gonna expire anytime soon.
Yeah, the use-by date's about 100 years from now.
How about water?
There's a tank over there. It looks like they're pulling it from some kind of well.
Is it safe?
Well, since Dio isn't rolling around the floor in agonizing pain, I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's okay.
You made him drink it to make sure it was safe?
I guess you could say that.
So you just ate the food without a second thought, but the water struck you as possibly dangerous.
Oh no, I was careful with the food too. Dio had some of it first, and then it seemed fine, so I... Oh, I almost forgot.
What?
I ate something else. Twice cooked pork.
Oh, for God's sake! Why the hell are you shouting about that? Wait a minute. Twice cooked pork?
What is it?
That just kind of reminds me of something.
Reminds you of what?
This might seem hard to believe, but...
Bullshit!
Oh, come on! At least let me get to tell you first. Alright. I explained how we found a room called the Gaulem Bay on the other side of the green door, and how we'd met a robot there named Gaulem, who was told a very interesting story.
I see. So the Golem guy was turned out just before he was about to tell you something.
Yeah.
So the last thing he said was, see right in the middle of...
Yeah.
Right in the middle. Middle could come from Middle Kingdom, which is another name for China.
Well, this was utterly pointless.
Really? I don't think so.
Oh, please explain.
Well, maybe he was trying to say that this game is like the Chinese room. In other words...
Another interruption? Who now?
Sigma, Phi, there you are. We've been looking all over for you.
What's going on?
Something bad. Something really bad.
Well, come on, spill it.
Alice is... Just come with me. She's in the crew quarters.
Oh? Door 3. Oh shit! What? No, this isn't real. All I could hear were Zero's words echoing in my ears. If your heart stops, your bracelet comes off. If you've never been in turbulence, it's hard to explain. You feel the sudden alien weightlessness of a long fall, and for just a moment you're painfully aware of the fact that you are thousands of feet above the earth, in a flimsy machine made by fallible man, kept aloft by a scientific principle that no one actually understands. If you've never seen a friend dead, it's hard to explain, but I guess it's a little like that. I knelt down beside Alice's body and pressed a shaking hand to her throat. No pulse. Her skin had already turned pale. The thing in front of me looked like a human being, but it wasn't being a human any longer. Why had this happened? I knelt there for several long moments, staring blankly ahead. My throat burned and my chest was tight, but I forced myself to take 3 progressively, hold my breaths, and then stood. I clenched my fists and took one last breath and turned. Who found her first? Me. I was looking for Quark on floor B and couldn't find him, so I came back here and, well, you know the rest. Hey, what's that look supposed to mean? You better not be thinking I did it. Well, suspicion often falls on the first to discover a crime. Fuck that! She'd already been murdered when I got here.
How do you know she was murdered?
What? I mean, come on, it's obvious. She's got a knife sticking out of her chest. Does that look like an accident or suicide to you?
How do you know the weapon was a knife?
What?
All I can see from here is the handle. For all you know, it could have been an ice pick or some kind of tool.
Well, I guess that's true. But I mean, come on, who wouldn't look at that and assume it's a knife? And it's not fair to suspect someone just because they happen to be the first one to find the body. If you want to be like that, then the last person to see Alice is the person you should be looking at.
Who was the last person to see her? I need to go tell Alice. You guys go on ahead. Alice, why? This wasn't supposed to happen. You promised we'd catch them together. Don't do this.
Clover.
I can't trust them anymore. It could have been any one of them. They killed you, Alice. I can't forgive them for that. I'm gonna get revenge. I'll find who killed you, and I'll...
Hey, Clover!
Shut up! Don't you talk to me! I'm sorry, Alice.
Her voice shook as she spoke. Before anyone could say anything, she turned and ran out of the room. Wait! Clover, come back! Miyoji took off in pursuit. I made to follow them when... It's pointless. Even if you caught up to her, she'd never tell you anything. Think it through. There are 2 possibilities. Either Clover killed her, or she didn't. If the former is true, then I doubt she would confess. If the latter is true, then I imagine she'd just be as reticent. After all, Alice and Clover seem to know each other. In fact, they seem quite close. It's safe to assume that Clover is currently very suspicious of all of us. I doubt she would open up to anyone right now. You seem pretty calm. Did you do it? What a Ken. Well, if you want to suspect me, please, go ahead. I'm beginning to feel rather accustomed to it. I'd ask you consider my motive for killing Alice, specifically the fact that I have none.
Well, yes, but none of us do. None of us have ever met Alice before, right? So why would we want to kill her?
You are correct, but only if the murderer had a motive other than, well, murder. What do you mean? Do you remember how we found the old woman? It seems clear that the killer was Zero Senior, and that they were one of us. There is every reason to think the same person murdered Alice. Perhaps this person plans to kill us one by one. Perhaps the entire notary game is just window dressing. Perhaps the only reason we are here is so Zero Senior can kill us at his leisure, in a world of his own creation.
Why would anyone do such a horrible thing?
Presumably because they enjoy killing.
Zero Senior seems rather disturbed. Hold on a minute. That doesn't mean they're one of us. It could be a 10th person hiding out somewhere. No. Well, why not? There's no way Zero Junior wouldn't notice that. And if he did notice, I really don't think he'd just let someone like that slide. But isn't Zero Junior just an AI without a body? What could he do? Maybe, but Zero Senior has a body. You think they'd easily just let a 10th unwanted participant just run around murdering people? Well, what if the 10th person is Zero Senior? Not possible. At least, not as long as we assume Zero Junior's statement to be the truth. Do you remember? He made it quite clear that the real Zero was one of us. Thought about what Kay had said. If the killer was Zero Senior, then who could be the killer? Dio? Luna? Kay, perhaps? Or maybe Clover? There was always Tenmyoji. Phi, maybe? No, it couldn't be her. I'd been with Phi the whole time when we were looking for Quark. There was no way she could have slipped away to stab Alice in the chest. Well, wait a minute. There was one person I'd forgotten. Quark. Seemed like a bit of a stretch to think a kid could kill someone of Alice's size, though. That meant there were 5 real suspects. Dio, Luna, Kay, Clover, and Tenmyoji. Or had Quark gone? 10 minutes remain until Ambidex's game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline is passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally. Apparently, Zero doesn't feel this game is worth stopping. This is worth stopping the game for. A blunt but effective way to make a point. What do you mean? We should get to the warehouse. It seems clear he feels no compulsion about killing us, should we disobey the rules. As such, I recommend we follow them. Millers filed out of the room. I turned to face Alice. Alice, I'll find out who did this to you. I promise. I felt my stomach settle back into its normal configuration, and the fire in my chest melted the icy hand from my spine. I stood up straight, gave Alice one last nod, and walked after the others, leaving my regrets lying on the cold floor. Ooh, alright. Voting time. Hey, look! 2 of the AB gates are closed already. Probably Tenmyoji and Clover. Wasn't he a pair? Doesn't Quark need to go with him? As long as one person in each pair is there, it should be okay. Sharing their destiny, huh? Pretty much. That's good news for you, Sigma. After all, you're a pair, but your partner is... well, I'd rather not say. Yeah, I know. Good luck for you, huh, Luna? What? I don't understand what you mean. Well, if Alice was still alive, you'd have a hard time choosing Betray. She's only has 1 BP left. If you'd picked Betray, you would have killed her. Of course, that's not really a problem now. Stop that, Dio. I would have chosen Ally. I would have chosen Ally regardless. I mean, Sigma's gonna be my opponent, and I trust him. Really? No, Luna trusts us. Oh, this is interesting. If one of you guys picks Betray, we're gonna get a show. Dio. Ignore him. How do you and Phi plan to vote? You even gotta ask? Ally. Of course. Right, Phi? I don't know about that. It's a difficult question. What? Well, if we choose Ally and Kay chooses the opposite, then he'll have 9 points. He can go through the number 9 door whenever he wants. But it isn't as simple as choosing Betray either. Kay decides to ally for some reason, then you'd get the 9 points. So we should both choose Ally. Seems easy to me. You're planning on betraying me, aren't you, Dio? As soon as you go through that door, it'll be only the 2 of you in that room. I've no doubt you could overpower Phi if you had the desire to. Oh, give me a little credit. No one has more gentle points than me. You think someone of my stature would resort to violence? The nerve. What? This is just a thought, but why don't you all promise to choose Betray? Then you wouldn't have to worry about anything. If you knew the other person was going to betray you, you'd have no choice but to do the same. That seems pretty negative for you, Luna. I'm sorry. Nothing to apologize for. We appreciate your suggestion. We'll take it into consideration. But unfortunately, I don't think it's a very good idea. See, my goal is to beat this game. But, Phi, Maybe that wasn't the best way to put it. When I say I want to beat it, I mean defeat it completely. I want to get us all out of here. We haven't beat the Notre game until we're all out of this place. I guess we won't all be getting out anymore. Oh, you mean Alice. Yeah. At any rate, all of us choosing betray every time is hardly ideal. We'd never escape.
Then what are you gonna do?
Kay needs to choose ally. It's the only way.
How will you make sure I do that?
I have no guarantee you'll choose ally as well. Would you do it if I could give you that guarantee?
Well, yes, I suppose so.
You promise?
Yes.
Good. Let's do this. Hey, Dio.
Huh?
There's someone behind you.
What?
The moment Dio turned his head, Phi was off. With seemingly superhuman strength, she leapt through the air, across the room, and through the AB gate.
What the fuck? You bitch! God damn it, Phi! Open this fucking door!
He pounded on the door, screaming, but it showed no signs of opening.
Fuck!
He gave the door one last slam for good measure, then ran to the next open one. Invalid pair detected. Please retry with valid partner. Members of a pair cannot vote in separate rooms.
What? Why the fuck not? This is against the rules. How am I supposed to vote? Gah! This is bullshit!
I see. This is how Phi guarantees her choice. This is how Phi can guarantee her choice. Dio can't vote now, so the chance that Phi will choose ally just went way up. After all, you pick ally, and she betrays you, then Dio would have 9 points. Exactly. But don't you think Phi might be worried that Kay will break his promise? After all, he can be pretty sure Phi's going to choose ally then. You needn't worry. Her plan is very clever. I will definitely choose ally. Two minutes remain until polling closes. We don't have much time left. Let's go.
Right.
Okay. Sigma? You are going to choose ally, right?
Of course. We're both at 5 BP right now. Even if I did betray you, I'd only get 3 points. It's not enough to escape. So I'd have to wait until the next round anyway. Make sense?
Oh, I see.
Huh?
Oh, nothing. Never mind. Anyways, you promised. You have to choose ally.
Right, I will. Alright, the next game will start.
"30 seconds remain until polling closes.
Now, what am I going to do? I guess that isn't really a question. After all, I promised Luna I'd pick ally. But what if she was lying to me?
I would have chosen ally regardless. I mean, Sigma's gonna be my opponent, and I trust him. 10 seconds remain until Ambidex's game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, and with that, my friends, I think we're actually going to cut it here. Boo! Yes, I know! But yeah, next time we'll see what we decide. And yeah. Anyway, Scottish here signing off. And I'll see you around. Bye-bye!